Hello, peoples. Well, I have got my friend Nicole joining me. Hello.
Oh,
We're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory because that's a new Kingdom Hearts game, and we are fanatics, and it
yes.
must be done. So,
Well, I mean, I love how over the the 5 years of Kingdom Hearts 3's development, you and I didn't do a video like this, but we'll do it for the post Kingdom Hearts 3 rhythm game.
did we not at all?
We didn't. No, because I mean, let's see, when it was announced, it was the end of high school for me, and then all of college.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I was busy. You were busy.
Yeah, that's dumb. We're dumb.
No, we're totally dumb.
Okay.
We're absolutely dumb.
Cool. All right. I mean, we must have discussed it at least when we recorded stuff like Dream Drop Distance. Surely.
Fuck, I don't even know.
Surely,
I
or
have
maybe
no
even
clue.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh, that was a good playthrough.
Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh my goodness,
But-
I have an idea of ranking all Yu-Gi-Oh characters. That's
Jesus.
for a different.
All series or just a
Yeah.
cool? That will take some time. Anyway, back to Kingdom
Anyway.
Hearts.
Back to Kingdom Hearts.
This is a game that I'm personally very excited for. A lot of people are excited because, hey, it is like the epilogue. It is the Spider-Man Far From Home of the Marvel Universe. You know, it's that, but for Kingdom Hearts. But it's a rhythm game, and I love
Yeah.
rhythm games.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Persona dancing games, and they are exceptional rhythm games because it's so easy to pick up. It's so simple. And
Were you a fan of Atlantica and the ice cream minigame of Birth by Sleep?
no, not even slight. I hate Ice Cream Beat with a passion.
Are you saying you don't like playing It's a Small World at least 9 times?
As a terrible MIDI, no, I don't. But what I do like is how this game looks. And
Yeah.
I suspect, in terms of how I'm editing this, you're going to see a lot of the same clip or clips for the entire thing, or it'll be a podcast. I don't know, but yeah, it's. I don't fully understand how the gameplay works because
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't know
super
either.
clear. At first, I thought that because like in some scenes you can see the reticles are different colors. I was like, oh, these are the colors of the circle, square, triangle, and X buttons on a PS4 controller. That's what it corresponds to. And then in another one, it was like, right, the reticle here is triangle, but it's and it's green, and that's the color of the triangle and the button. And then on another one, it's like, okay, it's circle on here, and it's green, and now I'm not
Yeah.
sure what it means. Some of them are definitely directional.
Yeah.
What's actually
Like, and
interesting?
some of them are
sorry, go on.
Sorry, yeah, like some of them are like a string. Like,
Yeah.
you have like Sora, Donald, and Goofy, like in Destiny Islands, there's just 3 of them, so I don't know if, like, maybe it has something to do with the touchpad. Ooh, maybe you swipe across with a touch.
Oh, that could be cool. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Maybe. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of a Symphony of Sorceries on the, and Dream Drop Distance, the 3DS,
Yes.
Reality Shift.
Hopefully better
Oh,
than that,
you know what?
because that was not super responsive.
Well, I mean, on the 3DS, I thought it was fine, but the PS4 remake of Symphony of Sorcery's Reality Shift, I didn't like.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks similar to that.
Yeah, a little
So,
bit. Well, I guess we'll find out. Though what's
Mhm.
interesting about the English trailer is they use a different part for the Xemnas fight.
mhm.
And you can see directional, but you can see 2 at the same time. I think it's up and down and left and right at the same time. So I wonder if both analog sticks are going to be used to do stuff
Oh
like that.
god.
Because I don't know, because you certainly can't do it with a D-pad. You can't push 2 buttons, so at least you
Yeah.
can't press 2 opposite buttons on a D-pad at the same time. So it can't be that, I would think. But I don't know. But it's quite exciting. The fact that there's over 140 tracks is astounding to me. That's
Oh, yeah.
so much work.
I will say though, I really hope because for the Roxas portion, the Roxas portion looks so ridiculous. You're just flying over Shion's body as she's dying.
Yeah.
But it's playing the 2.5 version of Roxas's theme, which is orchestrated. But for every other one, it's the PS2 original MIDI, which, God, I hope it's not the original MIDIs.
It's possible you could switch between.
I hope so, because as much as the original MIDIs, they will always hold a place in my heart.
Yeah.
I prefer you have the orchestrated
it's
soundtracks.
much better.
Use them.
Yeah, no, it sounds so much better. It is surprising that they haven't, or maybe it's like a placeholder, like they just decided, okay, we're gonna code it to the MIDIs and then do the just put the I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, no, I hope at the end of Roxas's theme it just you fly into Ice Cream Beat just because there's just a tower of ice cream.
Who else will I have ice cream with?
Chip and Dale and Huey, Dewey and Louie, of course. That's who. It'd be great for everyone. So I'm intrigued about the gameplay. I like the Olympus Coliseum section where there's just 10 Heartless. Like da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh my god, that looks terrible, and I love it. It's gonna be so hard.
Yeah, I like it too. It's It also looks like based off of the screenshots. Well, no, A Day in Agrabah. Is A Day in Agrabah the field theme or the?
It's the normal theme.
Okay, well then there goes my. I'm wondering if it's going to be 2 tracks per world, because a lot of these are the battle themes.
I was wondering if they were actually going for 1 theme per world, but it varies on game. So for Olympus Coliseum, for example, you've got the battle theme from Kingdom Hearts 1, and then maybe the main theme from Kingdom Hearts 3. Or the main theme from the Underworld or something like that. And then with A Day in Agrabah, it's the world theme from Kingdom Hearts 1 and then the battle theme from Kingdom Hearts 2, because it's the battle themes they're kind of repeating but just slightly different. So it's I wonder if that's what they're going for, because I think if they were to do 2 themes each, both battle and world theme from Kingdom Hearts 1, that's so many tracks already, and it's playing a lot of their tracks. I would like to think they're going to cover all the games, even though we haven't seen anything for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I hope there is, because I love the Kingdom Hearts 3's got such a great soundtrack.
Yeah, it does.
But
I'm intrigued, because I made a theory on how it's gonna work in terms of so I guess my theory is slightly wrong now, but it basically has 335, I think, stars. So 105 no, it's 345, sorry. So 105 tracks for 3 stars, and then 30 bosses would equal 345, or maybe take a couple of have more bosses or whatever. It's working like that would make sense. Because there's so many tracks. But it'll be interesting to see how the point system works. If it will be a 3-star basis of how well, depending on how well you do, you get more stars, or because there are so many modes, if it's 1 star for victory and it varies. But hey, play it with this mode and then this mode, and you get another star or something. Because
I believe the new English trailer, which just dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
It was 4 modes, right?
Yes. I also confirmed that in my translation video, which has so many views. My god, I was really surprised I was the first one to put a translation video out, because we left it late. It wasn't immediate. It was I think 5 hours after the trailer came out.
Yeah, I was surprised that there wasn't an immediate. Usually that shit gets translated by fans real fast.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I just realized. So there's a screenshot of the game showing Busted Up on the Beach for Destiny Islands, but the trailer shows the Destiny Islands main theme.
Yes, it
So,
does.
yeah, so who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see if they can do. I was gonna say, will they be able to do Halloween Town? I don't see why not. I'm gonna say because it's technically copyright Disney, but also I'm sure it's fine. I don't know.
I can't wait to play it and then get copyright.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, the only theme you would get copyright for is anything that's purely like not Dearly Beloved, Simple and Clean or Sanctuary or whatever.
Yeah, Utada songs.
Yeah, so I'm sure there are going to be some in there because why wouldn't they? I look forward to that being.
It'd be nice to play the orchestra versions of them.
Yeah, they too get copyright.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I know. Because I thought that would be like a loophole as well. Like, yes, that would. And then I've been copyright for the orchestra versions, which is a shame. But it would be nice because there's so much range of what they could do in the game, and it's quite interesting seeing like the Xemnas boss fight that your actions seem to correspond to what Sora does even in that fight when it's not like set to a grid. So I wonder if you mess up a note, does Xemnas attack you instead? Like, because there's so much. Like, if that was to be the case, because presumably when you're on the track in a normal song, if you don't hit the note, you hit the Heartless and you lose a bit of health or however it works, and you lose your combo or whatever, and then you move on and you keep going until you either lose or you win. But on a boss like that, because it's not on a grid, he just seems to attack regarding what you do. So if they have set that, that's so much work. Like,
yeah.
Like when you look at the Persona dancing games, and I'm going to compare it to those because it's easy. The gameplay is really easy to look at, and the difficulty in the development is the dances, because you have to program like 5 characters per song to do a very extravagant dance, and every song is completely different, and it's awesome. And then you've got different costumes and blah blah blah, and then there's 4 different difficulties to each song, so there's a lot there. There's a lot you have to time and set up and make challenging. But each game has about 20. I want to say 30 songs, not counting DLC, roughly. But like this has 140, and then it might have things where the boss fights fully interact depending on how well you do. Like, that's so much work! It's incredible.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. And also, like, it looks like, some of these, like, they trigger, like, abilities. Like, in the English version, you can see, it says one of the abilities for Xemnas, Sora's doing Ars Arcanum. As, like, the different, like, moveset as you so it's a lot going on here. I'm actually seeing. I mean, there's also like different enemies too. We've got Unversed, we've got Heartless, we've got bosses. We haven't seen nobodies.
No, not yet. We haven't seen any Birth by Sleep theme besides Keyblade Graveyard.
Yeah.
It's specifically the Birth by Sleep version.
Yeah, that's not my favorite version.
No.
Because it's got like a weird like hollow sound to it, which I guess kind of makes sense considering it's fighting Terranort as Lingering Will, but
it's also I can't remember where it said it, but there's 20 characters that you can potentially play as. That's quite a lot.
Yeah, so the description from the website is featuring over 140 musical tracks and 20 characters from throughout the beloved Kingdom Hearts series. So that could be Disney characters. Looks like we'll be playing as Sora specifically most of the time. So like, I guess there's no playable Kairi even in this.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I think a lot of them would be Disney characters.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see if we actually play as people like Akbar or Terra or Ven and whatnot.
That'd be interesting.
Because it looks like the majority of it Sora. And Sora's in Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit as well.
Yeah, because I find that really funny considering like when Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora's Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit was released, Nomura's like, I didn't know if I wanted to do a new outfit because everyone really liked the Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, and yet we keep using Sora's Kingdom Hearts 1 models. Like, let the boy grow up.
Mhm.
Let the boy grow. This boy spent so much time in red. So much red. It's like Deadpool or something.
Have you seen the like fan response to it? Like, cause I get a lot of comments on the English trailer, and there are some people who are so done with the franchise. Like, so many people are just like, oh my god, it's it's a shitty rhythm game. It's like, oh my god, they're continuing the plot, and it's just like what did you think was gonna? I mean, it didn't exactly end at Kingdom Hearts 3.
So you have come this far, and still you understand nothing.
Yeah, I mean, surely you should know by now that there is no spin-off Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah, so like even when like 358 Days Over 2 came out, people were like, oh, this is just a Roxas spin-off, except that it wasn't. Like, Chain of Memories was never a spin-off. So like, for all people who are fans of Kingdom Hearts, it is okay to not play a Kingdom Hearts game you don't like, but do not shit on the people who want to play this game or enjoy this game.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I'm not good at rhythm games because as somebody who has spent most of their life being a musician as a flute player, I fucking suck at rhythm games because I always think the beat should be different than what the button press is. So honestly, I'm not a huge fan of rhythm games, but I'm gonna play this because it looks like fun, and I am that dedicated to the story. You could just play it just for fun. You don't have to play it. You could just watch the story stuff. Do whatever the fuck you want, but do not shit on people who will enjoy this game. Just don't. You're wasting your energy.
Yeah. It's yeah, it does look fun. It looks really great.
Yeah, no, like I think this looks fun. The online mode looks interesting. Like it looks like you
crazy.
Yeah,
what?
like you know, it looks like you can inflict some sort of damage on your opponent. It looks like we have point penalty and vanishing enemies, which sounds like you just don't fucking get enemies to hit, which sounds rough. And so like it's all like very interesting, but I have seen a lot of negative reaction to this game because it's like, oh my god, it's a rhythm game, of course it's a rhythm game. And in some comments regarding to Kairi, which I know we'll get to later, which I'll address that later, because I have my own opinions on that. But yeah, I've seen it a lot. It's like, hey, if you're tired of Kingdom Hearts, you can not play the game.
Yeah.
If you just want to watch the story,
it'll be on YouTube somewhere, I'm sure.
Yes, because
Probably
also
my
like this is coming from somebody who played the original Key on the browser. I got a Yahoo Japan account, didn't know what the fuck was going on. I played Key from the very beginning. I do not play Union Cross anymore. I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. The game got free to play model like up the butthole, and it's like, hey, you want a good medal? You're gonna have to buy it with real money. I'm not all about that, so I just watch the story updates because that's all right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm invested in the story, and I don't want to go to Agrabah for the 50 millionth time. I'm tired of Agrabah.
Tough.
So
You've got 17 songs from Agrabah. There aren't even 17 songs in the franchise, but we're gonna have them in this one. Just
you got the MIDI version, you got the DS version, you got the orchestra version, you got the Kingdom Hearts 2 version.
You got the World of Trey version.
Yeah. So it's like this is coming from me who has absolutely sold my soul to Kingdom Hearts. I'm just not playing the mobile games. They don't keep my attention, but I'm still invested and I keep up on the story updates.
Yeah.
You can do that too.
What's also interesting is like when Final Fantasy Theater Heaven or whatever it was called came out, everyone was like, oh man, I want a Kingdom Hearts version of this, I want a Kingdom Hearts rhythm game, I want it, and now it's here. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you making this? And
Kingdom
like,
Hearts fans are never happy.
there was someone who said, "Is this an elaborate joke?" And there's no rhythm game, and it's just like more Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like, no, obviously not. Why would you show all this rhythm gameplay if it was a joke? And then like, there was someone who said, "Of course they're making another spin-off. We're not going to see Kingdom Hearts 4 until the PS6." So it's like, well, it takes a long time to make a game the size of Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, whilst they've certainly got assets and an engine that will be able to make creating games like that easier now, it still will take years and years to make. Like, Remind took a year because, quite frankly, it's a miracle it only took a year. Creating a boss takes months, and they made 14 outside of like the Remind portions. How many bosses were in Remind?
So we had Dark Inferno Plus, which is for lack of a better name, Dark Inferno X, I think. Terranort, Dark Aqua again. All of the bosses from the end game of, which were pretty
much the same, so we'll discount those.
But with a different character.
Yes.
So, but then of course for Roxas's portion, you fought against Xemnas and Saïx at the same time.
Yeah.
So true. You had a totally different Xemnas boss. You had Darkseid again.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Darkseid.
Darkseid, which I mean, granted, I'm pretty sure. Darkseid's been programmed the same way since.
Still.
1. So, there's like.
Yeah, there was
Remind and Limit Cut are just basically boss rushes.
So I think there were basically 5 new bosses in Remind, then the 14 others beyond. So 19 bosses. When you think about how a boss of that magnitude could potentially take 3 months, how they made that in a year, I have no idea.
Also,
it's insane.
As a QA tester, I feel for the QA testers who had to test the damn bosses on critical mode.
With pro codes. They would have had to, on level 1.
I legit cried at some point, because also another point for it's okay to stop playing a game if you're not interested. I, as a not very good Kingdom Hearts player, but thoroughly enjoyed critical mode, stopped doing the bosses on critical mode because I was not having fun. I was getting my ass kicked no matter what I did, and I was not having fun, so I went to a lower difficulty. You can do that too. Do not shit on other people's preferences for their games.
Specify the data battles is what?
Data battles, sorry. Data organization.
Yeah, you got through the game, which in itself is really impressive. Critical mode in Kingdom Hearts 3 is hard. Really, really hard.
Also, all of you fucking trolls who said that Dark Riku was the easiest one to beat in the data battle, fuck you. You're all a bunch of liars.
No, Larxene is. Larxene's really easy. I did not fight. I got, admittedly, when I fought her, I got so unbelievably lucky. I went into rage form and just, took out 8 bars without effort. I was because she got stunned constantly. I've never been able to replicate that.
Do you think there's rage form in this game? Melody of Memory?
That'd be awesome. Be so cool. I don't actually, real talk, it'd be really cool if you could, do different forms from Kingdom Hearts 2 and stuff. I wonder if it's not implemented yet, but I wonder if you will have, for Kingdom Hearts 2 songs, the Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit and stuff.
I hope so, because I love the Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit. Yeah. I love the Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit. Also, where's the screenshot with Riku in it? Is it Kingdom Hearts 1 Riku or Dream Drop Distance Riku? Because I can't tell.
Oh, where? In Keyblade Graveyard? It's Kingdom Hearts 1.
I can't. It's Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
he also has Soul Eater. Also, there's barrels.
There's barrels? What?
There's a screenshot for the English version. It's showing, well, first of all, a group heal, so there's also that whole health mechanic. But yeah, behind the inverse, there's a bunch of barrels.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, yeah. I guess we should move on to the story portion.
Yeah.
That I'm sure you're very
part
excited about.
I'm so excited. Okay, let me first of all, before we get into that, I don't have a reaction video up because I made one, but the lighting is terrible. But so here's what happened. I woke up at 7:45 in the morning. Scrolled through Twitter, saw a couple of announcements about Dark Road, and I was like, oh, okay. I go downstairs, I eat a muffin, go do some work-related things, and then I check Twitter again at 8 o'clock, and there's a fucking trailer for Melody of Memory, and I almost spat out my muffin, and my parents are like, are you alright? I go, there's this Kingdom Hearts trailer, and I gotta go upstairs, and I gotta react to it. So I was like, it'd be great if somebody could do fan art of this, of me just like ferally eating a muffin, like trying to finish my muffin in time so I could go upstairs to watch this video before I got more spoilers. And it was just like, my mom was like, "You're so weird." I go eating my muffin. So so that's my story. And then also a reason why the video's not good, other than the lighting, is because despite my feralness, I was still I had only been awake for 15 minutes. So I was just I'm just staring.
I thought you were gonna say, I looked at it back and there's just muffin all over my face.
Nah.
That would have been also as amusing. But
it was a chocolate chip muffin, by the way, if anybody is curious for future fan art. I can't wait. I can't believe I'm asking that. Anyway. So Kairi.
Yeah, Kairi. It is indeed an epilogue to Kingdom Hearts 3. You can see Riku is also in that world.
Yeah. So it looks to appear to take place after the end of the Limit Cut, when the fairy godmother is like, "Hey, Riku, your dreams are important, and Kairi's dreams are important too, and the other one." And it cuts to the final world, so it's probably where this continues where that left off.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's gonna be really cool because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of questions answered regarding
I hope so.
regarding maybe who the mystery girl is.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more questions that are asked, and I'm 95% sure they're not going to reveal who the Master of Masters is.
I actually think, okay, so a lot of people have pointed this out too. I don't think this is the Master of Masters Kairi is about to throw hands with.
No, it's not.
Because, yeah, it's the posture. I think it's Master Xehanort. It's the way his posture is. Old Master Xehanort.
Okay, interesting.
Because at the beginning of Birth by Sleep, he's kind of got his hands behind his back and he's all hunched over while he basically drops Fen in the fucking ditch. And he's all hunched over, and while we don't get to see much of this hooded figure that Kairi is facing, the posture is very similar to Master Xehanort's, as opposed to the Master of Masters, which has a more upright position. That being said, there is an unused Terranort in an organization coat model that was found in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, so it's very possible this also could be Terranort.
I was thinking it would be because from what we've seen in like a frame or two, Terranort meets young Kairi.
Yes, so that was actually revealed in a secret report from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Kingdom Hearts 1, really?
Yes, Kingdom Hearts 1 Secret Report 11. It was from Final Mix.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that is Kingdom Hearts 3 Secret Report. Sorry, let me get this up for a second. Ansem Report. There we go. It's the Ansem Reports. Let's see. Ansem Report 11. It's when you get after beating Kurt Ziza. So.
Right. So it's quite secret then.
Yeah, so it reads, opening the door to a world's heart causes its walls to crumble. These fragments are seen as shooting stars. This explains why these gummy blocks can travel freely to other worlds. I know the catalyst of this collapse, the appearance of the Heartless. However, it did take time to search out the world's doors. It will take time to search out the world's doors and retrieve each heart. Furthermore, the doors can be locked using a keyblade, making the heart forever unattainable. I must take action before the wielder of the key appears in this world. If the princesses and the keyblade are connected, they should resonate. I've chosen a girl. I don't know if she holds the princess's powers, but I will find out. She may lead me to the key bearer. I shall set her free and observe.
Fascinating.
Yes, so Terranort casts Kyrie out into the sea between worlds, and Aqua's spell led her to Destiny Islands.
Right. That's really interesting, because, like, you sort of, I guess, falsely assume that it's quite recent before Kingdom Hearts 1, when those reports are written. But it's obviously, like, 10 years prior.
Yeah, I figured it was... I always... Even way back when I first played the games originally, before all of this madness happened, that it was written a long time ago, considering it was 9 years between Kingdom Hearts 1 and the destruction of Radiant Garden. So, and then Maleficent had like fucking like 7 of these reports or something.
Yeah.
The only way you can get cure is if you read them, and Aerith gives you cure.
Yeah, that is a weird way to get cure.
I kind of like it though.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Kingdom Hearts 1 does a lot of really neat little things like that. Which I think the only time it's really sort of replicated is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes, I agree.
Which is nice. But yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ansem... Terranort and Kairi have met, and it looks like Kairi is going to be unlocking her memories that were pretty hazy for her Radiant Garden days. So, now we have to figure out whether we actually get to play as Kairi.
I mean, what's gonna happen is we are going to play as her, but in a rhythm. It's gonna be so jarring. We've got these PS4 cutscenes, and then it's gonna switch to this rhythm game in the final world. It's I mean, sure, it's gonna have. It's probably gonna be like PS4 graphic final world, but it's still gonna be jarring, switching from that to that. I don't know. I kind of love how ridiculous it is. It's so Kingdom Hearts.
It is, because it's like it's so Kingdom Hearts that I can't even believe it's Kingdom Hearts. Like so one thing that people are complaining about is that our Kairi-centered game is a rhythm game that's not even really about Kairi, and we don't get to play as Kairi. I agree to that to an extent. I'm a little bit frustrated that the only way we're gonna get more Kairi lore is by playing a rhythm game. But I'm just hoping that this game will be more of, as you said, an epilogue to Kingdom Hearts 3, and more of the foundation to the next chapter of the series, which hopefully will have Kairi as a main playable character. I think we'll be leading up to that.
Yeah. And isn't Key finishing soon?
Yes. Key apparently is going to be in its final chapter, and then Dark Road is beginning on the 22nd.
Because I don't follow Key fully. When it says final chapter, does it mean, hey, on this day you get the ending, or on this day you get part 1 of 17 more parts of this chapter?
I think it might be part 1 because oh god, I'm trying to remember how Key did this originally. Oh goodness. So when Key had its final episode, it was all just within 1, but there were quite a few story updates that had been released before that. Oh god, it's been quite a while since all of that. So, I don't know. I don't
Fair
know
enough.
about that. We'll get to that. There's a few more things I want to talk about Kyrie's section, though.
Yeah, go for it.
So there. So first of all, she's in the final world, which we can't forget that the final world is is in the realm of death. So
Right, yeah.
like it boggles my fucking mind that we got an actual definition of death.
Mm.
And it's revealed that Sora just casually wanders into the final world when he would go to the Station Awakening because the realms of sleep and death overtouch. So Kyrie's also in a similar state, I guess, where she's obviously sleeping, and something within the final world, or the realm of death, holds secrets for her. I don't know. But if the figure in the black coat is Xehanort, one of his incarnations, I really like that, because as much as we're all probably kind of tired of Xehanort, how many times do you have to teach you this lesson, old man? It'd be kind of cool to see the last remnants of his influence be resolved through Kairi, and if the ending of Melody of Memory is just flat out just Kairi versus just Xehanort, no gimmicks, no meteor, no meteor section, it'd be really cool. That being said, I hope there's more remnants of Xehanort in regards to Sora, but I don't know if we'll talk about that in this video. I don't know. But that's definitely going to be interesting to see this whole like Kairi Xehanort connection relationship thing. But also, the very beginning of this whole Kairi section of the trailer is melodies and memories hold the secret of his final plan.
Yes.
So who is he?
Yeah.
Is it
Xehanort or Master?
Masters?
I mean, if it's the Master of Masters, it would... I guess it would make sense, because he... Correct me if I'm wrong, he hasn't seen this point yet? Or has he?
Well, this actually is a bit unclear, so I guess this is a good leeway into Key and all that. So, the Master of Masters wrote the Book of Prophecies that's present in Key and mentioned in Kingdom Hearts 3 because he pulled out his fucking eye, slammed it into a Keyblade, gave it to Luxu, who was to pass it down generations so that the Master of Masters would be able to look into the future through that Keyblade and write the Book of Prophecies. However, the last line of the Book of Prophecies is, "On that fated land, darkness will prevail and light expire," right?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it's very unclear what this actually refers to, because in the Key timeline, the foretellers thought it meant their time, although it's heavily implied that this is in Sora's time, which we do see that line appear right after Sora is attacked by the Demon Tide, after Riku sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
So, it's very... It is possible that the Master of Masters... Well, the Master of Masters absolutely knows the characters, all of the Guardians of Light that are present in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know about this new branch timeline that Sora created when he saved everybody from death. I can't, goddamn Kingdom Hearts.
I suppose if everything he wrote in the book was leading to that, and then he like randomly distributed this book, it's like, oh, a timeline's been formed. I know more now. I don't know. Like, I need to update the book. I'll write a second manuscript, a Book of Prophecies Mark II, that depicts this.
It could be possible that what's going on. I mean, like, it looks like everything in regards to the foretellers was also building up to this moment, after. Here's also the thing: is like this whole thing is like another Keyblade War will begin, but there wasn't really one in Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts was summoned.
Mm.
The Keyblade was forged, and apparently the true forging of the Keyblade between 7 Lights and 13 Darknesses and the summoning of Kingdom Hearts by Master Xehanort seems to be the catalyst for whatever it is that Luxu and the Foretellers are going to do now.
Yeah.
But it is unclear. I mean, but the Master of Masters did talk to young Xehanort and Remind.
Yeah,
So,
that was such a good cutscene.
I actually just rewatched this before we did this, because first of all, Ray Chase is great.
Yeah.
Ray Chase is great as Keyblade Master Deadpool. But yeah, it's all confusing.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? What does the book say? So like.
What if it is just volume 2 of the Book of Prophecies in that box? Like, this foretells the next 7 Kingdom Hearts games. Like, good, here we go.
Yeah. So, but also, here's something I would like to point out. His final plan very well could be Master Xehanort, but we know that Master Xehanort has been manipulated by the Master of Masters.
Mm.
It is basically confirmed. Like, the dude just flat out just encourages Xehanort, you go, boy, you kill everyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, because what I loved about that scene is a lot of people complained about how Xehanort was like, oh, but he's clearly evil in these games, and now he's doing it for a good cause, and it makes no sense, and this basically is just like, well, he was manipulated into thinking it was a good idea for decades. So it's kind of interesting.
And also, like, if you read Xehanort's reports, this is why, like, reading all those reports that you get are very important, because Xehanort, in the Birth by Sleep Secret reports, Xehanort talks about how he's noticed that there's too much light in the world, and that there needs to be a balance. The Master of Masters just kind of encourages him to, like, go for his plan, because obviously this is what the Master of Masters wants.
Yeah.
So, now, his final plan, I think it refers to the Master of Masters, because of something that was mentioned in Unchained Key regarding Maleficent. God, I'm tired. So Maleficent went back in time. This is great because I know so much about Key. Teal doesn't. For
I do know of what you're talking about, though.
But Teal knows enough about Key to know what I'm talking about, but I know so much more because I've been following this damn fucking browser nightmare for, like, years. So, Maleficent, after Riku killed her, and after she was stabbed with the Keyblade of Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 1, she was like, oh shit, I can time travel now. So she tried to change her fate by going way back into the past, to the era of Key, to try to change her fate way in the past by taking over her former self. But what ended up happening is that she got stuck in a data world. Because every world in Unchained Key is data. So Maleficent is stuck in the data world along with all the current dandelions and union leaders. Out of all the worlds that were included in this data list, all of them are worlds of the Princesses of Heart of Kingdom Hearts 1 era, except for Radiant Garden, which was specifically left out of the projections of the Book of Prophecies and the data worlds. So we now know why Radiant Garden was important, because whatever plan that the Master of Masters has involves Kairi. So, Maleficent, if she managed to manipulate something in the past regarding Kairi, it would have fucked up the Master of Masters' plan in the future.
Assuming he
So-
didn't see it.
Assuming he didn't see Maleficent going back in time?
Yeah.
No, he saw that. That's why.
Oh, right. I see.
Yeah, so again, like context. So all of the worlds that are visited in the original browser key are all projections of the Book of Prophecies. All those projections were digitized and put into a Daybreak Town datascape shit.
Okay.
And the Dandelions, to escape the war, went into this data world. And so the world has been destroyed, and the only thing left are these data worlds.
Okay, that answers one of my questions. One of my questions was going to be, do they know they're in a data world? You just answered
They
that.
know.
Yes.
They know now.
Right. Number 2.
Well,
In back cover, the movie.
Yeah.
Is all of that in data or is that real?
That's real.
Cool.
So
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
cutting off point between Key and Unchained Key is Ava's speech. So Ava's speech to the Dandelions after that, the Dandelions, to escape the Keyblade War, went into... It was described as they're jumping to a different world line, an alternate version of Daybreak Town
Oh, I've heard of the world line for it. Yeah.
that had data projections of all the worlds from the Book of Prophecies. However, the Dandelions actually jumped into the data Daybreak Town for reasons that we don't know. We still don't know yet. So Maleficent jumped into the data because at the time, the projection of Enchanted Dominion, her home world, was not available to the Dandelions. It was only available to the Dandelions as data, which is why Maleficent was only able to go into the data. So, I'm tired.
Okay.
So
Next question.
yeah, go ahead.
Where is this? Okay, so I presume they're in some kind of like machine, like a VR machine type thing, where they're just strapped in, and that's how they get into the data world. Am I right? Or
Well, so it's kind of weird. So
sort
it
of
was-
like in my mind, I'm picturing Yu-Gi-Oh and Noah's World, like they're just
Yeah.
on a chair and.
That's the thing we don't know. We have
Right.
no idea how the Dandelions got into a data world
I
in
see.
the first place. They were supposed to jump world lines, but they ended up going into a data world.
Mm.
Same with Maleficent, and and the Master of Masters knew that. He knew that Maleficent would try to go back in time, which is why he saved the Enchanted Dominion for data as opposed to projection in the real world.
God,
So
he's good.
I don't know if I cleared anything up.
Yeah. I guess we should also talk about Ven
Yes.
and how
So,
he's a dirty little murderer or something.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. I wish this was a show and not a painfully slow game.
Yeah, well, it's maybe happening. Maybe.
Yeah, well, maybe. Oh, Ven, you poor little boy. you poor child. Oh goodness. Yeah, so the only thing that we have to go on for the final chapter of Key is Ven being asleep. Like, we do see some scenes that have already been revealed in the app so far, such as Laurium fighting Maleficent, Ephemer and Brain discussing who's not on the list, but we see this screenshot of Ven sleeping in a library. But that's all I got to go on. I'm not exactly sure what the final chapter is going to be.
To clarify, he did kill the girl, right? It's not
is-
confirmed.
Okay, yeah. So Ven is seen in the same building as Strelitzia when she's killed, but Ven doesn't exactly remember what happened. So he's told he remembers, quote unquote, Ava telling him he was a dandelion in the building that Strelitzia was killed in. And then after that, when he sees somebody coming through the door, he doesn't remember anything. So he probably killed Strelitzia, but it probably wasn't actually him.
Mm.
It was probably whoever this Darkness character is.
Mm.
It's the most unique name. Which we actually see Darkness residing within Ven's heart in Remind.
Mm.
Yeah, right before we have the Dark Inferno X fight. You know, where like Sora's
Yeah.
like, "Ven, wake up!" and they're like, "I'm Darkness," and he's like, "Vanitas?" So
Right, yeah.
yeah, so it's very
Interesting.
possible that Darkness has possessed Ven, killed Strelitzia. Yeah, God,
And
poor
it's just
Strelitzia.
hidden for centuries.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
imagine that this will be connecting to the next chapter. Like, poor Ven. He's gonna have to remember a whole new set of memories.
Mm.
But yeah, so also I guess for the final chapter we figure out how the Dandelions get back to the real world.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because they have to get back to the real world in order for Dark Road to happen in all of the Kingdom Hearts series after it, because Ephemer shows up in the Keyblade Graveyard to help Sora. We got Ven in the real world. We got Larxene and Marluxia.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna be one chapter. It's probably gonna be in parts.
Oh, what, Dark Road?
The final chapter.
Oh, right.
Which I imagine that will go for a little while as Dark Road is happening.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dark Road will be one game, or if it'll be multiple parts like Key.
It'll probably be multiple parts. So, yeah, because it's part of the Union Cross app.
Yeah, that makes sense. Can I just say with the really nice art of all the new characters that Nomura drew, Ericus looks creepy as hell, like sinister.
Yeah.
What if it turns out the darkness is in him, or so? I don't know. Like, what if Ericus is a bad dude for a bit?
But he's voiced by Drake Bell. How could he be bad? No, I don't think he's bad. Basically, like, Ericus's design is very similar to Brain's, and it's already been theorized multiple times that Ericus is Brain's descendant. So actually, let's look at the official translation of Ericus's character file from the Dark Road website. It says, he may act like the class clown, but he's incredibly insightful and perceptive. So, I think he's just a little shit.
Fair enough.
Also, Xehanort has said that Sora reminds him of Ericus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is crazy. There's a lot going on in this series. And if you don't play Key, it's very confusing at times.
Yeah, unfortunately for all this, like, Key is important, obviously, to this next whole section of the series.
Yeah. And people were complaining about Melody of Memory.
Yeah.
Funny.
But yeah, it's not just Ericus. We have new character renders and descriptions.
Something died. Sorry, you were saying. New character renders.
The new character stuff, which are probably all Kairi's grandmother. You've seen that joke, right?
Yeah, I've seen the one of whatever her name is. I forget.
Well, yeah. Vor is the one who looks most like potentially Kairi's grandmother. She's apparently hella powerful.
Yes.
Yes. She says, though blessed with tremendous magical potential, she shies away from battle and is yet to showcase her true power. Although she brightens the mood with her relaxed and cheerful nature, don't underestimate her. She's much stronger than she seems, which is funny considering before this character file was released, everyone was like, "Oh, I bet Vor's a little shit." So Vor is probably Kairi's grandmother. Bragi is also probably Kairi's grandmother. Everybody is Kairi's grandmother.
Xehanort, definitely Kairi's grandmother.
Yeah.
What if
Breaking or
Xehanort
Break?
was Kyrie's grandfather?
Oh god. I don't want to know about Xehanort fucking, please. It's almost as bad as Palpatine.
Hey, Xehanort was young once. Palpatine never was. Palpatine was always old.
Yeah.
He will always be old.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
so
sure
we have...
there's some great Rule 34 of Xehanort.
No, yeah. Dear God. Yeah, so we got Ericus, we got Xehanort, we got Vor, we've got, I think it's probably pronounced Braggy instead of Braggy? I don't know. It's
I
Nort.
can't hear the word Vor without thinking of, well, Vor. It's great. It's there was an episode of Doctor Who where they named their company Vor, and it was like Vor has seeped into the human consciousness. Just like, what are you saying? You can't have written that not knowing what you're doing. It was really funny.
Yeah, so we got Braggy or Braggy, however you pronounce it. This smug-looking motherfucker. I love his design. He's the one with the red hair. Looks like he would steal my fucking lunch money. Interesting enough, his X Percusion sigil. I don't even know. What does that mean anymore? What's the sigil even mean? Everybody's got a fucking X on their chest. His is the least visible, which is interesting. He says, it says here, he often asks Xehanort for his opinion on various matters, whether out of respect or to gauge his intent. Though he acts aloof, he can't always hide his passion and enthusiasm. Which, for all we know, this could be Luxu in a different form. Who knows?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
he's had many forms, hasn't he?
Yeah. So Brake's great. Brake looks like he could fucking beat me up, and I wouldn't care. There's Erd, who is also named after one of the Norns in Greek mythology, like Skuld. Norn has got the fucking cat-like face, and I hate it. She looks like a damn cat. It's got a secret, and I don't know. It's like the ooh-woo face or something. She says that she's prudent, cool-headed, and natural with the Keyblade. She has great instincts and is relied on by others, so probably the mom friend. Also, what is with her neck? Have you seen the artwork of her, like, intense turtleneck?
Yes, I see what you mean.
Yeah. And then, of course, as you see, Braggy looks like he could... This shifty motherfucker. Vor's basically Kyrie's grandmother.
And then there's Gandalf.
There's Gandalf. Fucking... I can't... It's just Odin. I can't believe it. He's just Odin. It's so...
Yeah.
Like... He doesn't even have an eye, which then, of course, is like, oh shit, he's missing an eye. What does that mean? Is this Luxu? Also, he's got the fucking pants. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, is he missing an eye, or is it just covered by a hat?
It's probably just covered by a hat, but the whole thing with Odin is that he's missing an eye because he gave it up to earn infinite wisdom. Which, of course, I mean, that's what the Master of Masters has basically done.
Yeah, and he presumably is missing an eye because it's in No Name.
Yeah.
And Odin is presumably the guardian of No Name right now.
Yes. And also, it's just pants. Teal, I can't deal with these pants. These fucking parachute pants that Ericus and Terra wear, they're just ugly. But yeah, he looks real wizardy. He's real Gandalf-y. I can't tell what color his eye is. It looks gray.
Yeah, it looks gray.
So how did the Nort get Norted?
Well, who knows? I mean, we still don't know what Luxu looks like, do we?
We have no idea what Luxu's original form looks like. I don't think we're going to. I don't think it really matters.
No, I suppose not.
No. And then there's the soft boy, Hermod. Hermano. I like his design.
Yeah.
He looks like I would give him a hug. Says he... Although that being said, apparently this boy's fucking angry. He may seem like a soft-spoken and gentle model student, but when angered, watch out. He plays the role of big brother as he looks out and takes care of everyone, so he looks like he'll probably just fucking slam you if you insult his fellow classmates.
You know, that's fair enough. He cares for us, we respect that.
Yeah, Hermod cares about me, he would also throw down for me, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Hermod.
Yeah. So those are our new characters. Well, of course there's Xehanort's model, which, I'm sorry, like, everybody's in such relatively, like, bright colors, and Xehanort is he's just in all black. It's like, how do you... I realize this is Xehanort, but,
I do
yeah.
like the light pink or dark pink, I guess, on the threads of it. It's very nice color scheme.
Was that how it was in Kingdom Hearts 3? Because this is supposed to be his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit. His very young.
I don't know if it was quite that color. Because
in the brown connected to his coat was supposed to be, it was gold in Kingdom Hearts 3.
What's interesting is this technically the first time it's actually 100% been confirmed that he did live on Destiny Islands. Because,
no,
I mean, they've shown him on Destiny Islands.
Well, Dream Drop Distance confirmed it. Did it? Yeah, because when Sora was being taken through the Nightmare Ride of Hell, he woke up on Destiny Islands and saw young Xehanort talking with Ansem in the brown coat.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, fair enough. I was gonna say, because, like, I don't remember, like, I remember, like, an image of him standing on it and saying this world is just too small, but, like, I don't remember him ever, like, leaving, or, like, was he just visiting or whatever, but no, I guess that's true.
No, also the end of Dream Drop Distance, the secret ending, shows young Xehanort, like, as his full model, like, his face and everything, saying this world is just too small. So, yes, which is actually the most interesting thing is that the two people, I guess actually the only surviving quote-unquote person to know that Xehanort was from the Islands is Sora. So I always found that interesting. Surviving quote-unquote because Sora's dead.
One thing I've been confused about, and it might be just because I forgot, and I don't know, the person in the brown coat.
Yeah.
Is that Ansem, or am I getting confused?
It's Ansem. So this is the Ansem that possessed Riku.
Right. Okay. So yeah, he time traveled to lead himself on the journey, so to speak.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Which this character file implies that after the encounter with Ansem, he then went to go study the Keyblade. Which, all of this is a little weird, especially in regards to Dream Drop Distance, because Dream Drop Distance was like, hey, Ansem sent me on my way, he gave me the power to time travel, and then I originally went back to my own time. And then it was just like, okay, so after this, Xehanort studied the Keyblade, which I think... I could have sworn that there is a secret report somewhere where Xehanort questions how he learned to use the Keyblade. Which... does that mean that he gave himself the Keyblade?
Possibly. I mean, like, so...
Can you do that?
I mean, maybe. Like... I mean, that... time travel's weird, it's doable, I suppose. If you pass it on to yourself, it's a time loop, but it technically works, depending on how you consider the rules of time travel in this narrative.
Xehanort gave himself the Keyblade, then he wouldn't have been able to... Then did he pass the Keyblade on to Sora?
Well, he definitely passed it to Sora.
Well, yeah, no, I agree.
I love that. It's probably my favorite part of the game.
Oh my goodness, you want to hear like a cool theory that I have?
Go on.
This video's a mess.
I mean, it's a pod. I think I'm just gonna call it a podcast and just
Cool.
like
So
every so often sprinkle in stuff. I guess I don't know.
okay. So you know how the end of when the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 when Xigbar summons the Keyblade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think when Sora returns, he's going to be able to take this Keyblade away from Xigbar the same way that Riku took the Kingdom Key from him in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, because he's now the true owner of it.
Yes.
Ah, possibly, yeah.
Which will be great to see how that psychologically affects Sora, because he's going to be like, fuck, I don't want this. Which is going to be interesting for Sora to come to terms with the fact that he is Xehanort's successor after all the shit that Xehanort has done to him.
Yeah.
So, I found the thing, the Xehanort report thing said.
Oh.
In Xehanort's report 1 from Birth by Sleep, let's see. Upon reflection, my life underwent the most considerable sea change when I arrived at that place. Don't know what that place means. Probably Scala Kylum.
Yeah.
Yes, it began when I found a master, and another I would later call my brother when I found a new home. Then there was the Keyblade. For what purpose was it begotten, and by whom? So, Xehanort doesn't know how he got the Keyblade.
Interesting. Could it have technically been passed on by the Master of Masters?
Very possible.
What if it wasn't Ansem in the brown coat? This whole time.
Ah, shit. Maybe. I don't know. Because also, oh wait a minute. Oh wait. I think I know. Okay, so that is quite possible. But I just remembered. Xehanort may be a reincarnation. Now, at the beginning of the trailer for Dark Road, we see our player character crying, reaching up to Ephemer as we are saved from death and taken into the data worlds. But Xehanort wakes up on the islands also crying because that was a dream he had. So it's very possible that Xehanort got the Keyblade because he is us.
Wait. So in Key, we've been playing as Xehanort?
Possibly. Yeah, so again, like at the end of Key browser version, we are dying. We have fought in the Keyblade War, Kingdom Hearts has been summoned, and we are about to die. Ephemer and Skuld appear out of the data world or the Unchained Key world or whatever to bring us with the dandelions into the data world. Because they were our friend and they saved us even though we fought in the war. So we're crying, we're seen crying as we reach up to Ephemer, and Xehanort is then shown waking up crying from that dream, and he says he's had that dream over and over again as long as he can remember.
Oh my god.
Let's see, let me read it.
Did you just crack the case? Did you...
It says, I've been having the same dream over and over again for as long as I can remember.
I've been having these
shows...
weird thoughts lately. Like, am I in Final Fantasy Versus 13 or not?
And then the next line is, as if I'm experiencing a life that belonged to someone else.
God fucking damn it, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, which I'm not the first one to come up with this, because somebody's like, this would make sense that Xehanort would kind of have foresight about everything is because he's lived through it, and but also like outside of it, it's like, of course Xehanort knows everything because he is us, and we know everything, quote unquote, so... You're Xehanort, he's Xehanort, I'm Xehanort! Any other Xehanorts that I should know about? Wow. I'm out of here.
Oh god.
So Xehanort could have gotten the Keyblade from himself. He could have gotten it from Master of Masters. He could have got it because he's always had it because he was us the whole time. The real Xehanort was the friends we made along the way. Oh no.
My brain hurts.
It was just supposed to be a non-canon browser game. Off as a non-canon browser game.
Yeah, look how that turned out. Well, good stuff.
Good stuff.
Is there anything else we want to talk about? Let's talk about how healthy Riku's kidneys are. I don't know.
Riku's kidneys. Oh.
He doesn't drink enough water. He's having problems. Do any of them drink? Like, do you see anyone drink in this series? I don't ever recall the moment where Xehanort downs a Monster Energy because he's tired. He's an old man. He must get tired. He's got to drink all that caffeine. I don't know.
The only thing we have remotely relating to food is cooked by a rat, so...
And I guess potions, which they heal you. I don't know how healthy they really are, though.
Well, apparently they can expire according to the Days manga, so...
Can they now? Great! Oh, well, if I accidentally have the potion that I've left in my item slot since, the first level, then, that's gonna kill me against the final boss, ain't it? Good stuff. Imagine if that was a thing. Like, you get a potion in Destiny Islands in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it's like, right, I've got this in my item slot for some reason, I'm gonna use it to save myself in the Anzen battle. Kills you instantly, because it's gone off.
Oh,
that would be an awesome mod. Someone do that. That'd be so cool.
Like, you only have a certain amount of time to use it before it expires.
Yeah, and like, depending on how long it's been expired for, like, it just drains your health really quickly. Like, you just see it zap. That'd be so cool. And like, there's no way to monitor it, so you just have to remember. So it's like a strategy game of sorts, like micromanaging strategy game. I don't know why. I don't know how I made a stupid bullshit joke about Riku's kidneys, and now we got to this, but I want it now.
Well, I guess continuing just real fast, looking at the gameplay of Dark Road, it's cards.
Yeah.
Which some people are like, "What is this?" It's like, "Oh, hey, this is how Key's." Well, it's kind of like how Key's original battle system worked. It's a strategic battles that test your skills and reflex, so it's a little bit more reflex based, but it is cards, which are cool. We go to Wonderland. We go to Agrabah. I get they already had the assets for this, but Agrabah. I wonder if we're gonna get a new rendition of. Probably not.
No. No, it will be MIDI version of Agrabah.
Oh, I just realized something. These Keyblades that the Dark Road kids are wielding, they look different from Starlight. They kind of look like... Oh goodness, they look like... kind of like Ericus's final Keyblade. Weird. So that's interesting. They all have this similar Keyblade, so it's like, then how do they each get individual ones later on that reflect what's going on in their heart? Who knows?
We will never know.
Also, okay, so they have assets now for Destiny Islands. Are we going? Oh, I wanted to know if we were actually going to play on Destiny Islands, but probably not, considering Nomura doesn't want us on Destiny Islands.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm unsure. But I guess we'll end the podcast here. It ended abruptly with your microphone dying.
Dude.
It's fun, but no, this was super. This was genuinely. This was great. It's been really nice
Yeah.
to talk about Kingdom Hearts and just fan over it and discuss
Minds.
different theories slash the history of it all, and hopefully people enjoyed watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope
Kingdom
you all
Hearts is
enjoyed
confusing.
this. Yes, it
But-
is.
But it will. It's gonna be exciting. Dark Road comes out on the 22nd,
Yep.
and is it gonna be in English or is it all Japanese?
Yes, it is a worldwide release.
Okay, that's cool. That's good then.
So that, and then we get the soundtrack finally in the fall.
Yeah.
And then Melody of Memory, most likely probably December,
Yeah, maybe November.
maybe November.
But yeah, that's cool. That's exciting. So yeah. Thanks
Hey.
for watching, everyone. And
Thank you.
we'll see
Thank you for having me, Gil.
Yeah, no, thank you for talking about Kingdom Hearts. I love to talk about Kingdom Hearts with someone who agrees how good Kingdom Hearts 3 is.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you draw fan art for Nicole. So. Must happen.
You make barrel muffin.
Yes, it needs to happen. It'll be great. So, take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.